If you have been playing guitar for a little while now, you have probably run into a period where you get tired of hearing yourself play the same stuff over and over. So what do? You learn some new songs and you learn some new licks, and eventually they become worn out too, especially because you probably like mostly similar music. Then maybe you go down the rabbit hole of trying to be completely original and unique, and it just gets weird. Well, today I have a secret for you that will keep things fresh for a long time to come, and welcome to Music with Marky. Before I start here, do you like that little piece of art over my shoulder there? I made that thing and I've got it and a bunch of other ones like it available on my Etsy store, so I'll link that here in case you're interested. Okay, so I've got 3 examples of this concept that we're going to talk about, and 2 will be for lead guitar while 1 is for rhythm guitar. And that concept is to take tired old riffs and just slightly mangle them. What do I mean by that? Well, let's take this very common lead lick that you hear in rock and metal. It's something that Kirk Hammett from Metallica uses a fair amount. It's a 2-string lick. I'll do it in E minor, and the basic concept is to just do pick up and pull off, that's 19th to 15th, and then a downstroke on the 17th of the next string, and just repeat that. And then go up to the 20th. You know, that classical. It's a cool sounding riff, and you can take the basic concept of it and just change it up a little bit, or mangle it as I'm saying. Well, let's play to get some background music here. I'll do the original and then the mangled one, and then we'll come back and talk about how I did it. The most important thing here is the thought process that goes into mangling these licks up and how you look at them as conceptual frameworks rather than just specific licks. My first thought with this was a very simple change one thing, and instead of bouncing or cross-picking to the B string, to cross-pick to the G string. Which has a cool sound to it, but it's not different enough. I wanted to get a little bit more different. But the idea of going to another string made me think maybe I'll bounce 2 strings instead of 1, so I'll cross-pick. And that was pretty cool, and all I did was just add these notes. The same concept, it's the same framework, but instead of going just to the 17th fret, I'm going to the 19th fret as well. And bouncing that way was a little tough, so I had a bounce back kind of thing, where I go back to the first string. So you can see how it's evolving from the first lick to this new one. And that's just one way that I could have gone out of many. And by the way, if you want the tabs for this, printed out in a PDF, I have that for all my patrons. I'll include the link below here. And I've also got all kinds of extra stuff for the lessons, different backing tracks, and some exclusive music as well. Anyway, that was just one way I could have gone. I could have maybe done something where I go 1 note here, just like he did, and then build up, just by adding that extra pull-off on the way up. Again, you're building off the framework of the lick and finding your own variations. Now let's look at an example you can stick into your rhythm playing. We all know power chords and they have served us well, but what if we want a little more emotion in our track without going too far and trying to play finger-bending jazz chords? Let's take this simple progression as power chords and mangle it. The progression in B minor is just a basic B, A, F sharp, to G. What we're going to do now is just add 1 note that makes all the difference, and that is the 3rd, whether it be major or minor. Now obviously you can play the full bar chord here of each to get that 3rd in there, but it gets too full when you play the 6-note bar chord, and the 3rd doesn't jump out quite as much. So we're going to grab this finger here and make the chords like this. I take the B power chord, I've got my thumb playing the 7th fret, the root, and then I've got my 3rd finger playing the 5th, which is the basic power chord, and then that 3rd finger is also muting the D string, but the G string is open where I can get the minor 3rd. So I have the minor 3rd on the B, I have a major 3rd on the A, a minor 3rd on the F sharp, and a major 3rd on the G. It's got a real nice sound. Way more emotional sounding to me than the power chord. And if you want to actually hear that particular progression applied in a song, check out my track I'm a Fighter and the My Songs playlist. I'll link it at the end of the video too. Anyway, I hope you see how we're applying the same concept of just making one little change, in this case adding one note to a power chord to make the difference. Okay, now for this last example, we're going to jump back to leads and we're going to take the old eruption tapping and mangle it by being our own second guitarist. Say what? What I'm saying is we're going to harmonize it live by doing double stop taps. Well, that was fun. What I did here was this. The basic tap was an A 10th fret to the E to the G, so this is going to be the tap, and I'm just moving my right hand horizontally up the scale. Now, if you did the same thing on the G string, you would have E, F sharp, so 9th, 11th, 12th, 14th. So I got to put the pick down here. And what I did was make a harmonized tap. I did both of those together. I could have done them as a harmony track or if there was another guitar player, but I'm being the other guitar player. It's got a cool sound to it when you play them together as double stops. So I hope you see the concept here with these 3 examples and how you can apply it to anything you've become a bit bored with playing. It's all about taking the concept and twisting it just a wee bit to see what comes out. And if you like this type of stuff and want more, be sure to check out my Rut Buster playlist on this channel. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I'll get back to everyone as soon as I can. And until next time, guys, keep making great music. Hey friends, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. It makes the whole world better.